Anil started by interlacing our hands together before slowly moving up and leaning over my body until I had to lean back on the sofa reluctantly. Anil gave a sweet, satisfied smile as she saw me lay down on the beige soft cushion. She reached out and brushed my hair to tuck behind my ear. She glides her fingertips to touch all the way to the side of my cheek before leaning down and kissing my lips with her own warm lips in a slow, lingering manner. Is it wise to be open like this, Anil? I inquired as soon as Anil pulled back her lips, a touch of concern in my voice. Brick might come soon and catch us. Brick will never see us, Anil said with a laugh. Anil even asked Brick to watch over the entrance. Anil is cunning, really cunning. My eyebrows frowned. So Brick would know everything between us? I reminisce about the early morning when I accidentally met Brick in front of Anil's room, when I tried to sneak out quietly. Brick is cunning and insidious, no different from her overlord. She even dared to tease me that I buttoned the wrong button, make me show my hot demonos so clearly that I can't help but feel angry with myself. I must find a way to inform Brick, because if she's completely in the dark, Anil remarked as she extended her hand, gently wiping the sweat from my forehead in a nurturing manner, as though I were a young child. Who will assist the two of us? However, Anil had to remind Prickwell. I couldn't help complaining. Sometimes Prick likes to bully me by teasing and making me embarrassed. Yes, Anil will remind Prick, Kunpin. Don't curse Prick. Anil gave me a sweet smile, while my lips distorted exasperatingly. These two people have always been so close together that I couldn't interfere anyway. Anil responded to my messy face with a quick kiss on my cheeks and neck until I had to burst out laughing with so much enthusiasm. I couldn't help but put Prick's story aside in the middle of nowhere, for at this time I myself could not help but indulge in the tempting touch that Anil had pampered. Anil? I made a sound while still laughing hard. That's enough. I'm tired. Are you tired? The little girl smiled broadly and showed off the dimples I loved. Anil saw Kunpin laughing and I thought you liked it. I don't like it. I'm just ticklish, I argued. Really? Anil smiled at the corner of her mouth before bending down to touch my earlobes with a light touch that made my face slither like a fever, until I moaned with a blurry voice for the cunning person to hear. Hearing that, Anil raised a high smile. I hated and loved Anil's smile unspeakably, so I could only reach out and fondly caress the beautiful full lips of the person who was crushing on my body. Are you sleepy? You look drowsy. Maybe because Anil slept too less last night? Anil grabbed my hand and kissed them before slowly slumping down and pressing her face against my chest implicitly. Can I lie to listen to the sound of Kunpin's heartbeat until I fall asleep? Go to sleep. I'll hold Anil like this, not going anywhere, I said as I reached out and caressed Anil's smooth, glossy black hair. The little girl tightened her embrace towards me before starting to breathe regularly. That is a sign that she is indeed asleep. I stared at the thick, long raft of eyelashes and smooth cheeks on my chest and sighed, knowing that I was falling deep into love. I love Anil so much. Love even the sound of breathing regularly with the sleep that I am listening to at this time. Love until I start to worry about the day ahead. Love until I want to hug my sleeping Anil, until we sink into this thick, soft beige sofa together. Love so much that I don't want anyone to find the two of us again. I want to know how Anil persuaded my aunt that she allowed me to sleep over at the Pine Palace. I couldn't help but ask Anil after we were both in Anil's bedroom in the Pine Palace in the dark hours of the night. Anil just honestly asked Auntie. Anil smiled. Anil has been dreaming about strange things lately, so I can't sleep alone. Hmm? I just laughed hoarsely, knowingly. The frauds pretend to be suspicious. Anil is so evil. I pouted in disbelief, but my unloving hand reached out to wipe Anil's hairline away from her face, like a godly sculpture. I'm starting to feel sorry for my aunt. How did Kunpin know that Anil wasn't really dreaming? Princess Anil smiled brightly, looking very adorable. Anil has nightmares every night. Doesn't Kunpin know? Yes, I smiled along unknowingly. Nightmares are nightmares. I don't want to argue with Anil anymore. Hearing this, the princess could only give me a sweet smile before slowly moving towards me and hugging me tightly. Anil touched her forehead to my shoulder, as she usually does when she wants to plead. I really had a nightmare, Kunpen, Anil said in a sweet voice before placing a soft kiss on my shoulder. Dreaming of waiting for Kunpen on the terrace on a rainy day, but Kunpen didn't come. I myself still feel guilty to this day. I reached out and stroked the delicate upper arm of the person in my embrace. Can you forgive me? Anil never thought of being angry with Kunpen. Anil smiled sweetly before stealing a big kiss on my cheek. Maybe a little neglected? I responded to Anil's gloomy tone with several kisses before dragging the tip of my nose along the majestic neck of the tall person pleadingly. I promised that I would never leave Anil in the rain like that day again. If Kunpin did it again, the little girl smiled. Can Anil punish Kunpin? Can Anil punish me? My voice is visibly blurry. At this time, Anil pretended to be punishing me by gently snapping into my ear that Anil knew was my very sensitive spot. Anil will punish you by eating Kunpin whole, Anil said, so as she tightened her embrace tighter than ever. I unconsciously held my breath. Anil's hot hand slips into my shirt as she continues to drag it towards my back. Anil began to skillfully unbutton the small buttons on my shirt. Sometimes I do wonder why Anil is so adept to love, but some subconscious keeps myself from asking. Perhaps because I was afraid that the answer would cause me to be disturbed. So I let myself fall into obscurity. That is very clear in the touch like this. Anil's hot hands are still chasing slowly on my back, playing calmly. As I unfastened the final button effortlessly, I keenly felt the moment my lovely shirt descended onto the mattress as effortlessly as a flower falling to the ground with a gentle breeze, without any objection from me. From now, my lips are packed with Anil's beautiful lips. Our hot tongues are coated with warm sugar. I was indifferently consuming that sweet taste, even when the long skirt was undone at the end of the bed. I could not tell for sure, but as soon as my back was pushed against the soft mattress of Anil's bed, I could easily recognize that from now on, how our story will be. Our second night went us past more slowly than the first. Anil seems to be earning in every sense with grace. Do you like it? Anil simply extended herself and regarded me with the expression of someone who had become deeply obsessed. Calling it love would be more like it. The little girl smiled mischievously before bending down to savor the taste of me. Once more, I bit my lip tight in response to the overwhelming feeling. I unintentionally embraced Anil tightly, unable to restrain myself. Consensual resistance did not last long. My second night's bliss was perfectly fulfilled. I can only long to reach for Anil's embrace. That's it for this chapter, guys. And with this, we end our book of Loyal Pin Volume 1. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. It really helps support the channel and keep me motivated. Thank you.